Hello all, this is Nimbers. Hey, been a while since I've been posting videos, and so I'm kind of doing up one after another, trying to catch up on stuff, but gonna show you what I've been kind of working on. We know that the last two missions for this season are supposed to be really difficult. The very last one is going to be an assault on a station. Ooh, I'm missing a window. No, I'm not. I'm running into a really weird bug where stuff doesn't show that it's there, but it really is. Alright, that's a little disturbing. Okay, so anyways, we know that the very last mission is going to be really difficult, he says, and it's going to require a capital ship, and it's also been mentioned that it's going to be an assault on a space station. So I kind of tend to think in worst case scenario. So I know of one space station, if it's the one he's thinking of, it's the one that is out here at the alien outpost. If that's the case, that is going to be one nasty, hellacious combat episode. In fact, I probably wouldn't be able to do it in one shot. It would take a few rounds. And a lot of people could end up dying on that one. So I'm going to figure that one is worst case. It could be any of these. I mean, there's a little POI out here. There's a Thermica station here, although he said it wasn't going to be in the Akua system, so I don't know if there's other stations in some of these other places. It wouldn't surprise me if there is, but in fact, I know that I'm pretty sure there's one in the asteroid field of Omicron. There is also another station out by the trading outpost as well, so I suppose it could be that one. But my bet is it's going to be on this one right here, in which case it's going to be one ugly fight. So with that in mind, I have been working on a CV because this thing it would not last in a fight like that at all. So I've been building a CV and scrounging parts and trying to put something together, and this is what I've come up with. So for the time being, I'm calling it the Reaver's Anvil. This whole front section is 2 layers thick of combat steel. I got almost as many turrets on it as you're allowed to have of each type. I think I can have one more of this. I think it's a pulse laser. But it's fully equipped with miniguns, cannons. I've got those set up to deal with drones. Or no, I think I got that one set up. The cannons I think I have set up for turrets. The miniguns and the flak I've got set up for drones. Rockets I've got set up to take down turrets. All the engines and stuff are back here. This back section is just regular steel. I was starting to run out of Sathium and whatnot, but it's got the red thrusters, so 2 for each direction, and except for up and down and left and right, there's 2 front and 2 forward, 2 back. Up, down, left, and right are all just a single engine, but they're buried back here. Now, also in this section back here, buried in here is the warp core and fuel tanks, and no, fuel tanks are up front. So it's a warp core. Oh, and 2 of the 4 generators and RCSs and some of those components. That is also buried in. It's buried in a single layer of combat steel with another layer of regular steel thrown over the top. And in some cases, there's a 3rd layer of steel. And then I've got these to kind of shield from side attacks into that. It's the bottom thruster. Not sure how wise it is having just 1 thruster for the bottom. The 2 from the sides are going to be fairly well protected. Top and bottom are a little bit of concern, but we'll find out how that goes. So I'm already kind of starting to formulate a plan on, if that's the base, how I'm going to take that down, and how that's going to work. So the other thing I've got are two of these. I have not set those up yet for what they're going to take out. Right now I've turned off everything, so if they're going to be fired, they have to be fired manually, which is what I prefer because the ammunition for those are extremely expensive. And looks like I forgot a whole bunch of texturing down here, and I don't have the texture tool. So anyways, that covers the turrets on the outside. Also in this main front section, I've got 2 cockpits set up. I've got one here kind of towards the middle, and originally that was going to be just the only cockpit, but then it got to be where I couldn't hardly see out the front, so I went ahead and built a second cockpit kind of in the middle of this, so I could actually see what I was shooting at. So the other thing I've got on here is, if you look at this entrance, I've got the maximum amount of plasma cannons and rockets. They only allow 4 rockets, but they allow 6 of the plasma. So in order to get a better view of what's going on, I actually built a cockpit. This is that second cockpit I told you about. Go ahead and turn jump pack off. And this is all enclosed, but it allows me to see out the front and see what my weapons are shooting at. So, which was something I couldn't do from back here. Okay, so you come down here, we got ammunition and oxygen, and all the fuel tanks, sorry, are all encased up here. And like I said, this is all combat steel. It's 2 layers thick, so hopefully none of that should get through. If for some reason those blow, yeah, I'm screwed. So up here is basically the main cockpit. So I got all the essentials up here, fridges, and I got food stashed away, fridge, constructor for just in case, if I have to pull out and make parts. Cores right there, plenty of oxygen. Okay, so this is kind of the middle section in between the engines, so you can kind of see the I got the gravity generator back there, and there's the generator and RCSs, and right there is the warp core, and then I got this thing here. So there is no real access to that. thruster right there if I have to repair it. I mean, I suppose I can take out a block and whatnot, but... So, anyways, this is just leads to outside. And you can come around here and you can get access to these engines, hopefully undercover. And there's some RCSs and stuff tucked away in here, and some extra generators which probably aren't needed, but just in case something goes south, there's a little bit of redundancy in things. So probably could, and I probably will, go ahead and take these out just so that I can get to stuff and repair it if for some reason I have to. So anyways, I guess there's just the one main generator in here because I went with a larger one. So anyways, then same kind of a thing out here, and yeah, that's just a solid wall of steel. So anyways, just wanted to kind of show you guys what I was up to. And yes, that is a glass door. It's not sealed. However, I've got a force field barrier just on the outside of it. The door actually takes up the center block, and then I've got another force field on the other side of it. So it's well sealed, and I get to have the glass door, which I like. So yeah, and then I got force fields up here. I did that initially. I did it just so I could have a place to come in and get out of radiation and whatnot, but I went ahead and left them in there after I replaced a few of them with the walls, just so I could leave that kind of open. So, and then we got all the fuel tanks up there, which there are a ton. So anyways, I was actually going to go ahead and I'll show you what I was talking about here. So if we got into this thing, you can't see jack diddly if you're in first person view. I mean, you can go to third person view, but because the ship is so large and I can't see if my guns in the front are firing for my rockets or my pulse lasers. So for me, that was a no-go. I need to be able to see whether I'm hitting, if I'm hitting, that sort of thing. So you switch to first person and you can't see jack diddly. So even more so now that I've got, well, no, that's the weapons. So yeah, there was no way. So anyways, come in here, get into here, and this way I can see first person. So alright, let's go ahead and do a quick little battle test. As far as I'm concerned, that carrier is like a patrol vessel for space, so we're going to go neutralize it. Probably should check my weapons. Yeah, I've got some stuff loaded up in here. I'm going to need more flak shells. Definitely going to need more missiles. Oh, I think those are for the turrets. Yeah, definitely going to need more missiles. And going to need more of those too. So bullets, those are easy to come up with, but I need magnesium for the rockets, the missiles. So that's kind of an issue. Let's go ahead and top. Ooh. This thing is one thirsty pig when it comes to power. So it's not going to get used a lot. But yeah. Okay. So let's go take on this carrier and see how she does. Of course, if it performs really poorly, then I'm going to have to go to a plan B. But I'd rather have to go to a plan B now than figure out a plan B later. Alright, there it is. So we're just going to make some passes because I think this thing has to be woke up in order for me to even hit it. In which case it's got to shoot at me first, which is kind of a stupid thing. Oh, she's shooting. Okay, my turrets don't seem to be firing. Why? Alright. What's the deal here? Oh, I don't have those set for turrets. I thought I did. Probably should set them for mounted weapons as well. I'm not 100% sure on the whole mounted weapons turrets thing. That doesn't really make sense. Oh, mounted weapons. Okay, that would be like player fired. Okay, so okay, flak turrets, those are set to take those. Those are set to take those. Pulse lasers, turrets and thrusters, yeah, turrets and thrusters. Let's take thrusters off on those. Okay, so apparently I had a little bit of something different in my mind when I did that. Okay. Alright, let's try this again. Rockets are firing. Okay, so and this is why I need to be able to see. If I really wiped out all the turrets on this thing already? Oh, sure. Oh, yeah. Nothing underneath. I think those are the spawn pads. Where are the spawn pads? Whoa, no? Okay, those spawn pads have a ridiculous amount of hit points. Spawn pads are taken out. I have no idea where the core is in this thing. Maybe in the cockpit? I don't know, we'll find out. Apparently. Okay, so carrier's one dead duck. Alright. So now let's take a look. Let's see how much damage we took. So my guess is, ooh, one of the cargo boxes got hit. I may have to do something about that, because it looks like one shot came in stray. Turrets took a little bit of damage, which that doesn't surprise me. Those took some damage. That does surprise me a little bit. Huh. Okay, so I'll have to be mindful about that, because there's more shots coming into this tube than I thought there would be. Okay. So, given that, we'll take a look at the armor. Let's see here. Which one of these? Okay. I only took 25 points of damage, so... Actually, these didn't take that much damage, truth be told. But those were also the red lasers and not the blue, green ones. Green ones do a whole lot more damage. Okay, let's look at the front of this thing. Let's see. Must be this one that got hit. Oh, no? The damage this thing is like really superficial. That one got hit the most. Yeah, even these minigun turrets, which showed 3% damage, it's like superficial at best. So, yeah. I'm actually a little disappointed at how much I'm a little disappointed at how much fight that carrier put up. That was pitiful. So, anyways, yeah, that's just kind of give you an idea of what I'd been working on this last week. I did take a look at the support base. Pretty sure that's going to be a relatively easy fight. if there's much of a fight at all. Yeah, I'm thinking I may need to slap a few steel blocks here, just to keep from getting hit. So, but anyways, I did look at the support base, and yeah, that doesn't look like it's going to be an issue at all. So, eventually I'll probably do that mission maybe later today, maybe tomorrow, and then get that posted up. So, to me it looks more or less like the same thing as the radar station. So, and there's only one of those, so, and my biggest concern right now is getting ready for the next 2 missions. So we've got one more mission after the support base here in the Kua system, and then after that, oh, let me shut this thing down so we're not sucking down fuel. Okay, at least turn the thrusters off. Thrusters off. It's got enough for 33 hours. Yeah, that works. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this parked here, and I pretty much strip mined all the Zascosium off of Oskatoon. So that is done. So I have all the Arrestrum that I'm gonna need, I think, to make these rockets, which are needed for that ship. Yeah, it's 150. Yeah, it's the magnesium that's going to be an issue. So, yeah. Oh, that was dumb. Well, fortunately I've got a stupid fix over here. So, anyways, that's where I'm going to leave that off with that, and we'll talk to you all later. Bye.